Well, it's Ruth Duncan speaking, but my school name was Ruth Stayte, and I was sent to St Anne's in October 1935. As a student, I was there till 1942, and then I taught music until 1946. I can remember the first morning I was there, I went out and I was sitting on top court, and top court had these lovely big trees and they had all this seating around. I was sitting there and I was absolutely carried away by about 3 or 4 of the girls doing their music practice. I can remember some of the routine we had. Saturdays afternoons were relaxation, Sunday was several times to church, and after rest we used to go down to this little community place again, and Sister Vernon used to read to us. She'd be absolutely absorbed in these stories. She used to take a combined elocution, and there again she'd choose poems that were a bit above my head. She'd be absolutely lost in these poems that she chose. She'd dance up and down, almost singing the poems. I always remember her most for her production of the Shakespearean plays. She was just so gifted, really. She made very good use of that outdoor stage, I must admit. She even had these arches running across the stage, and this particular night outshot a whole lot of flying foxes. Flying foxes flying overhead, you know. It's just one of those funny things that I always remembered. 1939, I was taken away from school. I had an appendix. I can remember being in hospital and you could see right over the harbour and Magnetic Island, and I can remember a warship. I think the first time we realised it was we were in study that night and we heard the McIntyre's wireless blaring out announcing that war was declared in the Pacific. Lots of memories of Ravenswood, 3 years, I suppose you could say, in the wilderness. It was a year of adapting all the time into different buildings and different routine. Everybody sort of soldiered on. Whenever a plane flew overhead, Mr. Pearl would sometimes ring a whistle and we'd have to do a bit of drill. We had to leave our classroom in a very orderly fashion and go and squat in these rubber lines with the goats looking on. I left school. I was glad to be rid of books, but I knew I had to work at my music. I remember standing on my front veranda of the house and wondering what on earth I was going to do, because jobs, they just weren't there. I got a call from the school, could I come back and train as a music teacher? Well, I jumped at it, really. Esme Duncan was the head of the music school, and she was able to train myself, and there was another one, Joyce Redmond, and we took all the little ones. I've never lost that feeling of my attachment to the school. It gives me a great thrill to go back and even see Cathedral School and the standard that it now obtained.